most in his unusual autograph requests. I always tried to get people interviewed to autograph. It was a lot easier with CDs, so you didn't have to carry the LP sleeve around. And I did well. I mean, the three people they say you never want to interview: Lou Reed, Van Morrison, and Roger Waters of the Pink Floyd. And I did Roger for the Dark Side of the Moon, I think 20th anniversary. And I thought, well, let's start, gently. Again, known to be quite a prickly character. And I said, well, obviously Dark Side of the Moon, one of your finest works of many, as we said. But it's interesting, the first track on it, Sweetie, was written by Nick Mason, the drummer, and he wasn't in the fucking room when I wrote that fucking song. And off he went. This is at the time when they were. He was suing them they were using the inflatable pig, and they couldn't use it with testicles, so he sued them. They had to remove the testicles from the inflatable pig. Phew, rock and roll. So I got him to sign Dark Side of the Moon, and he wrote to Patrick, Best Wishes, Roger. And then next to speak to me, he put Nick the Rat wasn't in the room when I wrote this. And it's one of those things you think, and I'm sure you've all had experience of this, that they've all got more money than God. They haven't washed a dish since 1968. They're so rich. They've got people doing this, but it's the little things that really get it's the itch they keep scratching. And somebody said that there was at the height of their fame, Led Zeppelin were on a plane on their own jet. And Plant and Bonham were having this fist fight about petrol receipts about the band they were in before Led Zeppelin. I mean, it's the itch they keep scratching.
I think it's the big EGO, isn't it? The big EGO sort of creeps in. Yeah.
Patrick, you must know Chris Welch, don't you?
Yes. Lovely man.
He is, yeah. When he was 16, he was a novice, sort of fledgling journalist for the Melody Maker. He gets a call to go and interview these three guys who are forming a band in a hut in Neaston or something like that. He goes up there, and the three guys are called Eric, Ginger, and what's the other one?
Jack.
Sorry, yes, Jack. And he's watching them, and Robert Stigwood comes in, leans over Chris's shoulders and said, "Are they any good?"
It was the first time Cream ever played together, and it was the power of the music press. Chris told me, and he said, Melody Maker will sell 40, 50, 60,000 copies a week, but would be read by 2 or 3 people. So it really was immensely powerful. And Stigwood said, come up. It was a church hall in Neaston, and it's near where Ginger Baker lived. He said, I'm not going round anywhere, but I fuck it. So there's a thing, they had this tiny little 30 amp thing, and they're about to plug in. Cream were about to plug in and play for the first time. And the scout mistress comes in and says, I thought, so what are you long-haired layabouts doing here? Well, no. Stigwood said, no, we got the hall till 5. And she said, you're absolutely certain. Oh, yeah, I've got a note from the vicar, So eventually, as you say, Cream did finally play. And Stigwood, and I always said the point being the power of the music. But I think if Chris Welch had said, I don't know, Rob, I think if Eric should have stayed with Mail and the other two should have stayed with Graham Bond. I don't see much future in this. It's unlikely, Cream would have got together, but quarter of a page in that week's Melody Maker, they didn't, they carried on.
There's a nice connection here. I've got to do a bit of a plug here. I've got a new album coming out.
Send me a copy.
And Chris Welch wrote the sleep notes.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Send me a copy. Do send me a copy, and I can put a word and a few. I'll do a little freebie for you.
Will you email me an address, Joe?
I will. After this, I'll get it.
Yeah.
No, he's a lovely man. We should get him along to one of these because he was the raver, Chris Welch, on the Melody Maker in the 60s and 70s. So he went to all the clubs and everything. And he said one night the Who were opening. Willie Walker, the boxer, had a club in the East End, and the Who were headlining and were giving it all the old auto destruction, smashing up, and the Union Jack shirts. And somebody said, a bit old fashioned this. And Chris is going, oh no, this is like auto. This is topical, references, and it's very loud. And he said, no, you want to get up to the speak wherever it was, whatever club it was. There's some American blokes just come in. He's playing the guitar with his teeth, and so Chris will make a couple of lines in the Raven the next morning. So he gets in. He's got he could park anywhere in those days. So he drives the old, I think it's Morris Minor he had parked it. So on one night, he saw the Who and Jimi Hendrix. I think for a total cost of it might have been 23 shillings. He thought.
Didn't Chris in his raver thing? Didn't he invent the word infanticipating?
Yes, he did, and yes, he did. Yes, yes.
Well, talk about journalists. I was with Charisma. The Charisma Records was my first plugging sort of company. My job as a PR, and I remember I befriended Alan Freeman because Alan had his rock show on Saturday on Radio 1. So I thought, Van der Graaf Generator. Now that would be a good one for Fluffy. So I got Alan. We went over to Paris where the band were playing. So I had Alan Freeman, a couple of press people, myself, and a few reporters. Anyway, we go over, and we're at the hotel, and we're checking in to the hotel in Paris, and I suddenly noticed Johnny Weissmuller, the original Tarzan, walking through reception with obviously his wife and kids. And I'm thinking, this is an opportunity. I've got Fluffy Freeman here. And all I could think of was his opening, down, 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 down. So I then, cheeky, went over and I said, Mr. Weissmuller? He said, yeah. I said,
it's 17 hours.
17 hours, I said. I said, look, I shook his hand. I said, I'm from England. I'm a PR agent with the BBC here and blah, blah, blah. I said, could I introduce you to one of the famous presenters in the UK? And he left everyone at reception, came over, introduced him, and we were getting on like a house on fire. Well, I couldn't resist it. I said, Mr. Weissmuller, I know I'm cheeky, I'm being cheeky, but would you kindly, could you do that chant you do on your, films into the microphone, the BBC, because Alan had a portable BBC machine with him. We went out of the reception into the back area and he went, ah, and we recorded it. And Alan actually put it into the jingle. There's down, 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 down. And he didn't get any PRS. I'm getting the money. No, I'm not.
Bumping into people, and this takes us back to meeting your heroes. And I'd never met him. I'd love to meet Paul Simon and talk to him. I never did. But somebody who did, who was a huge fan of Paul Simon, and he bumped into him at an event somewhere, completely unexpected, massive Paul Simon fan. And the only thing you think of his introduction to his hero was, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." Oh, that was pretty good. I could off his head.